We're back. Almost.
We are back so soon with season 3 of This is a Classic, the Expand the Canon Theater podcast. And we've got some exciting updates. Since we last shared, this project has grown so much.
We now have a database of over 5,000 promising plays waiting to be read.
Almost 1,000 of which have already been read and evaluated.
27 excellent classics on 3 Expand the Canon lists.
And 2 new curators / podcasters, of course.
Woo!
This is our history. This is our legacy. You know us.
Emily Lyon, she, her, artistic director of Hedgepig Ensemble and one of the curators of Expand the Canon.
Shannon Corinthian, she, her, another curator of Expand the Canon.
Guy Pagan, she, her pronouns, member of Hedgepig Ensemble and another curator for Expand the Canon.
Mary Candler, she, her, founder of Hedgepig Ensemble Theater and a curator. And now, drum roll, please. Brrr.
I'm Gagarin, they, them, a member of Hedgepig's Ensemble and a brand new shiny curator, baby.
And I'm Kalina, she, her, rounding out this curator team. So excited to be here.
Woo!
Woo!
So, Giggs and Kalina, tell us a little more about you and how you got connected to ETC, and who are you?
Well, I joined Hedgepig's Ensemble in 2021 as just a starry-eyed actor looking to shake up classical theater and get involved with it because it's something that I've always been super, super passionate about and interested in. And when the opportunity to join the reading committee was offered to me, I was like, hell yeah. And then as things grew and progressed, I was like, wait, I want to be in charge of helping to pick the plays, because not only do I love reading these plays, but I think that the mission here is so essential and so important.
Love that. I occupy a dramaturgical literary world and lens, and so I had the privilege of joining the reading committee a couple of years ago. I, like Gigs, love old plays and love thinking about what old plays we're not doing and how to make them feel more accessible and easy to do and show people how exciting they are. And I love thinking about how our list comes together in different pieces and ways and how to make a balanced list. And I love reading plays, so it all works out.
And Kalina, and then Gagarin, what do you do in the rest of your life?
Great question. I work as a dramaturg and literary admin person in theater and outside of theater, because that's also important to talk about. I love baking and being a real human and being with friends.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm an actor. I do a lot of devised work as well. My background is very much in like funky movement stuff, abstract things. But when, like Alina said, like when I'm not in theater, I work as a sommelier at Hags, which is a queer fine dining restaurant in the East Village. I am also reading and writing my own work a lot of the time. I love going on long walks through Central Park because it is my favorite park in New York City. I don't care if that is basic. It's what I like.
Fabulous. And speaking of what you like, because technically this season, we're heading into season 3, and we are so glad that you've joined us for these recordings. But this season was curated by Skye, Shannon, Mary, and me. So what are you both most excited about in season 3 of the podcast?
I'm excited to just be able to react to it. I'm like, I haven't been as immersed in these plays as the 4 of you have been for the past year, but I got to read them and I got to experience them and just geek out about them. I think it's a great collection of plays. You all are great curators, as the people know, and the Wakako Yamauchi play is a special place in my heart.
I'm also super stoked to just get all up in these plays and listening to everyone else just like wax poetic about them all the time. I always find that there are so many nuggets that get pulled out in the podcast that I don't pick up on my read through, like even my first or second time. And then also the podcast does so much for my level of like understanding of each play. I'm excited about Sky and I's episode of Stonehost and letting that hit the airwaves because that's one of my favorites out there.
Yeah, and the rest of us, what are we pumped about for season 3? What should our audience be listening out for, looking forward to?
I think the joy of some fresh perspectives.
Mm.
I mean, I can't top that.
Yes, I think this year has maybe one of my favorite plays on it. So I'm very excited for everyone to listen to that episode and to read the Uncle. But I'm also I feel like this year's list felt very varied, and not that the previous haven't, but it's so all over the place in terms of themes and genres and humor and all that in such a fun way that I'm excited for everyone to rediscover that with us.
This list has, for me, one of the most complicated plays on the list, which is Dust to Earth, which is a play that I find myself just thinking about months after reading it, months after recording the podcast, because I have so many questions. And if I can convince one person to produce this play through the podcast, my life is complete, because I want to like sit down and wrestle with it with someone else too. So excited about that one for sure.
But most important question, Gigs and Kalina, what are your taglines going to be for the podcast?
No.
Is that your tagline, or was that a reaction to the question?
It's both. It's because my tagline is swiftly becoming girl boss, and I'm doing everything I can to push against that.
It's amazing though. Sometimes the tagline chooses you and you can't stop saying it.
That's what I think has happened. I think girl boss has chosen me.
So for more of this sort of nonsense, stay tuned for new episodes dropping soon, and make sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss anything.
Of course, you can always learn more about great classic plays by historic women writers at expandthecanon.com.
Heck yeah.
Badass.
100%.
.com.
On that note, see you soon.